Alrighty. Well, it's the end of the day, sun's gone down, and I am currently laying in the hammock. Got a little more situated. There we go. Now you can see me. Alrighty. I got a little light right there behind me. Got a whole lot of light right here. All that over there. It's a little bit warm, nice and toasty over here with that fire going. It's currently, I believe it's in the low 50s right now. It's supposed to dip down to, I believe it's probably about 35 tonight. So that's going to be nice and hot. It's going to be good. Had some dinner right after the last video. I was starting to gather up some more firewood, and a couple of friends came out and wanted to see the campsite and see how I do it. They said they prefer their camper, but nah. This is my cup of tea right here. Just hanging out, middle of nowhere. You can't get out here with a camper. There's no way, unless you spend 3-4 days with a chainsaw out here cutting and hauling off wood and clearing out. There ain't no way you're gonna get a camper or anything back here. Everything is uneven. It's a very hilly terrain. Eastern woodlands kind of have that. So even a tent would probably be a little bit uncomfortable unless you can find that one spot. There's maybe 2 or 3 spots out here that I've seen you can probably put a 2 or 4 person tent and actually be comfortable. It's going to be a whole lot of clearing out brush and stems, a lot of fallen debris. You'll be spending a couple hours doing that if you're going to put up a tent. So I'm glad I brought the hammock. I don't know if I showed the tarp last time, but got that all set up. Kind of almost got it as a half A-frame tent going on. But I got a pretty massive pile of wood going over here. All that over there, just stacked up and ready to go. I'm probably going to put that one big piece on the end right there next to the hatchet or the axe on before I actually go to sleep. But as far as it's going, that'll burn for a couple hours. So, but the friends that came out and checked on me, made sure I was still alive, they're gonna come out and have breakfast with me in the morning. I'm gonna be making them breakfast in the morning. Told them they got to bring their own eggs and bacon, but they'll be coming out here in the morning around, they said 8, 9, maybe 10, possibly 11 o'clock. So they'll be out here sometime then, and I'll be doing another video in the morning. But as of right now, everything's pretty comfortable. I'm pretty happy with how the day went. I got my little pouch over here. Got my my little Kool-Aid. Got a little extra mag in here, just in case those coyotes get a little too close. Keep my gun on me. Sleep with that one right there. So I'll be nice and safe tonight. Got a another little light down there. Not sure if you can see it. Just hanging up on that tree over there, just in case that fire does go down if I don't wake up in time to put some more wood on it. Oh. But it might turn into a three-day trip. I might stay out here again tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how things go. But so far, I'm pretty happy with how the day went. It was a pretty good day. Got a lot of progress done. I'd like to build up that reflector wall right there, that little barrier, a little more, but it'll do. I just spent the past couple minutes over here, well, probably the past hour over here, cutting up the rest of that firewood. Make sure I have enough to actually make it through the night. I didn't last night. I had to walk away from the fire go find some more. But I'm pretty sure I've got enough to make it through the night. And definitely enough to probably last me through breakfast in the morning. So, whew, that fire's pretty hot. That'll definitely burn for another couple hours. At least another hour. But anyways, just wanted to touch back in. Let y'all know everything's alright. It's definitely a better fire than last night. Last night I was using a lot of wet wood because I didn't want to walk too far away from the campsite with all the coyotes out. It was just a nightmare last night. I probably got about 3 hours, maybe 4. About 3 or 4 hours of sleep last night. Took another little nap this morning after I got up and tended to the fire some more and made breakfast. Took a couple hour nap. So, but it's been a long day. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to sleep. Not sure what I did with my hoodie. I was using that as a pillow. Need to actually get a little inflatable pillow. But as of now, I'm pretty happy. It's been a good day. Nice little self-quarantine. It's definitely nice to get away from society for a while. I almost don't want to leave. But took my my SpaghettiOs can from last night, or from tonight. It's a big enough can that I can actually clean out and use it as a little boiling pot for water in the morning. I got some of that instant coffee. We'll see how that stuff tastes. I'm more of a dark roast, but all that they had in that was a classic roast. It's a medium, but we'll see how that goes. I've seen a lot of videos lately, and one of them, I'll go ahead and give him a shout out, is his YouTube page is Corporal's Corner. It's a Marine. Name is Corporal Kelly. But he's a former Marine. Last I checked, he still teaches down at the Pathfinder School in Ohio. Does classes down there, and he's been a pretty good inspiration to me to kind of get out here and do this, and so has Dave Canterbury. I'm not really sure how to tag their pages, or else I'd put that down in the description for y'all. Let y'all go check them out, see how they're doing. They normally post pretty frequently. Corporal Kelly normally goes out every weekend and does a camping trip. He'll do an overnighter. But I don't know. I kind of want to get in touch with them, and I've been watching a lot of Dave Canterbury. He does the Pathfinder School as well out in Ohio, and he really focuses more on self-reliance and stuff than and survival knowledge than just going out and camping. It's more of an educational thing than Corporal's Corner. Corporal's Corner is more of entertainment to me. There's some stuff that I've seen on there that I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I never would have thought of that, but kind of learned a couple of knots from him from watching his channel. Used a couple of them today, fixing up that tarp, staking it off, and putting up the secondary wind blocker over here on the downside. With that lake over here to my west, I got a wall on the west side of my on the west side of my little campsite right here, just as a little wind blocker. That wind will come up off of that lake at night, and it gets pretty cold. It'll make the bottom of my hammock real cold. But the way I got this tarp set up going right here, it should help reflect some more of that heat up underneath me. Kind of got it going up over me, and then it drops down over here on the side, and it'll swoop back in underneath me and kind of give me something to step on whenever I get out in the morning. And I just got socks on. I don't want to be walking on that wet ground, so I got that tarp going underneath there so I can have some sort of a platform. But they came out today, and they were pretty happy about it. They were saying that I was teaching them some stuff, which I'm happy to do that. I love teaching people stuff about just how to make stuff, or just simple things like this. I mean, the way that the tarp will help reflect that heat back on, like the right side of my hammock right here is actually pretty warm, where that heat's bouncing off of the tarp. Not as warm as the left side, but it's still warm. Might have to roll over here in a minute just to switch sides. I don't want to get all sweaty and then have that fire die down before I wake up. I'll be waking up nice and cold. But so far with the hammock situation, I wish I would have spent a little more and gotten a little bit better of a quality. This little mosquito net deal, most of the ones that I've seen with the mosquito net, they have little straps up here on the top that you can roll up the net on the side and kind of loop it up on there and wrap it up to where it's up and out of the way, so when you get in and out, if you're going to be getting in and out and you don't really want that net up there, it's out of the way. But this one doesn't have that. I did take a little stick earlier, cut a little 1/4-inch sapling and twisted it, folded over, and made a little hook, and then twisted it up inside of the ridge line going across for the tarp, and just kind of wrapped it up and hooked the bottom next to the zipper up there on that. It worked for a little bit, but it eventually kind of gave out on me. Kind of stretched this out though. This is where it was hooked up at. It pulled this down and stretched it out. However, I'm happy that that is actually up and out of the way, instead of how it was last night. It was hanging down over here, just over my head, and it wasn't stretched out. It just had two strings, the 2 straps going along the top for the net, and they were saggy, and it wasn't very nice. But I do like this right here. I can take this and just kind of drape it over me, kind of like so, just to kind of get that over the top, help block out any unnecessary or unwanted wind if it gets real windy. Have that right there. Plus it also acts as a heat barrier in a sense. It's still breathable. It's still very thin fabric, but it's the same fabric as the bottom of the hammock, but it still acts as a little bit of a heat barrier. Kind of helps keep that heat contained inside of the hammock instead of letting it all out with the open netting. So I like that. I wish there was some way that I could, if they had just put a zipper on it and put it on the other side so I could zip it up, close it up right there, that would be nice. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with that. However, this little side pocket over here is already halfway off after one night in it. Well, I'll be interested to see how well that holds up. I might be sewing that back on when I get home. But anyways, well, I'm gonna go to bed, get some sleep, probably put another log on the fire before I do, just to keep it going all night for a couple more hours. Put that big log on there. I want to let it die down some more, but I'm afraid I'm gonna fall asleep if I wait any longer. So, I mean, it's still sitting about the same, so I'm not really too concerned about it. And it's still burning very hot. I had to put a glove on just to put more wood on there. It was burning the hairs off my hand before I even touched it. I wouldn't even get close, and I could just smell singed hairs. But this fire is definitely a lot better. It's a lot hotter. It's more self-sustaining. It's actual, like, seasoned wood. It's not wet deadfall that I was picking up off the ground that was buried under leaves and mud. So it's not all smoky, and the wind situation is a lot better. Last night the wind was all over the place. I think that little wind blocker over there is really helping out. It's not really blowing it around in here. All that smoke is just going up. Then it would get out and go up and around. And you can see it swirl around up there, but it's not really that smoky since it's actual cut firewood that I got. I'm still burning that one tree that I cut down earlier this morning. That's what that big log is part of that tree. So anyways, we'll see. But I'm gonna get out of here. Well, I did cut my finger cleaning out that SpaghettiOs can. Bent down the little rim on it so it doesn't cut my lip whenever I go to drink my coffee out of it in the morning. But took it down to the lake and washed it out and got some water in it and brought it back up here, brought all the water in there to a boil, sanitized the inside of that can, and then dumped it out, put fresh water in there out of a water bottle and sanitized that. But I'll be interested to see how well that works. Using a tin can as a little cooking pot. But alrighty, well, y'all have a good night. Hope y'all are enjoying the videos. I did recently change the name of the page, so there's that. If y'all like this, you like the new content, and you know somebody else that might like it, feel free to share. Once I figure it out, I'm gonna play with it and figure out how to drop the links to their account down in the description and get all that stuff going so y'all can check them out if you like this type of stuff. If not, no big deal. But I do plan on getting an actual camera and doing some actual videos, and then being able to go back and edit it and put everything on one video and get rid of all the boring stuff. But y'all don't need to see me spending 3 hours a day cutting up firewood. Oh boy, one of the logs just rolled off. I gotta get that back over. Anyways, good night. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.